Hello, quick explanation before we start this video here. This is a longer video. I will be showing the gear right away, and then I will be breaking down why I use this build, why I think it's the best build that you can run this patch above all of those other shitty YouTube builds that are out there. So if you want to see why that is, stick around for the rest of the video. Another thing, because this video is so long, I will be uploading the footage of this build in action on a separate video, unless you want this video to be fucking 10 hours long, okay? But this was a last minute video, so I don't have the footage right now, as I don't sit and record myself PvPing every single second of the day. But this, trust me, this is the best build I've come up with and that I've seen around this patch. So I hope you enjoy it, and bye. Okay, first set is Endurance. This is not some magical build that you've not seen before. We're running a lot of sets that people have seen on a Magdk, but how they run them is what makes the huge difference. Trust me, I've tried everything. Front bar, we are running Endurance. It's an Inferno staff. I will go over the enchantments and the traits on the gear later. We're just going to show you what sets I'm running for now. I'm also running it on the back bar, okay? Front bar and back bar. This is an ice staff. We've got Grothdar on, of course. Grothdar's disgusting. It's a lot of damage. If you're running a Magdk, you need this set, okay? Elfbane. Elfbane gives you a bit of spell damage, and it procs your dots for an extra 5 seconds, including Grothdar, which is disgusting. You have pretty much 100% uptime if you play the class right. Next set is Malacath. Okay, we have Malacath on the build. It's broken, it's bullshit. You do not need Malacath. If you don't like this set, if you think it's cheese, you do not need Malacath on a Magdk. Okay, I took Malacath off. I ran what I was going to run instead if Malacath never existed, and it had even more damage than my build with Malacath does. But Malacath just allows you so much freedom against other players because it ignores crit resistance. It's just, your damage is always there. You don't have to time it and pray that you get a crit. It's just always there. Okay, Malacath is, well, it's broken, it's disgusting, but that's why we're running Malacath. Okay, and we have the 2 pieces of the Endurance on the Jewellery here. Now let's quickly go over the enchantments and the traits, and I'll explain a little bit about why I have ran these the way that I've ran them. Okay, so on the Jewellery we have 3 reduced cost magic. The reason I've done that is because heavy armor scales better with reduced cost than it does with mag recovery. Okay, if you're in heavy armor, run reduced cost. It's that simple. I don't need to explain it. Just run reduced cost. Don't go recovery. It's dumb. 3 arcane as well to boost up those stats. We're running 5 Impen and 2 reinforced. Chest and legs are reinforced. Everything else is Impen. We have 3 prismatics, leg, chest, head, to give me that juicy max Stam. Everything else is max magic. Okay, we are also 5-1-1, light head, medium shoulders, 5 heavy. Okay, now the reason I'm running 5 Impen, and you're gonna, if you've already got a Magdk or you've looked at all those other builds, you'll see that a lot of people, they love sturdy. They love sturdy on a Magdk. Let me explain why I'm not running any sturdy on my Magdk. Okay, first of all, you might think that 5 Impen's a waste because a lot of people are running Malacath, and Malacath ignores crit resistance. That's true, but some of the hardest hitting classes out there right now are not running Malacath. Stam blades are not running Malacath. Sorks are not running Malacath, and they hit like a truck. So you still need that base amount of crit resistance, which for me, I like mine to be 2800. You might like yours at 3k. I personally, I've always ran mine at 2800, and I've never had any trouble with it. Okay, so that's why I've got the 5 Impen. You can run sturdy if you want to. Personally, I like to be a bit more flexible in my CP, so I don't have the sturdy on the body. Okay, we have the reinforced for the extra stats. You'll see that on the stat sheet later why the reinforced is amazing. It's absolutely disgusting. So we're running 2 reinforced. Now, for the weapons. Yes, I'm running an ice staff. A lot of Magdks, they run a sword and board. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I don't know why they all do it. Some people are, you know, they're catching on a little bit, but most people, they're running a sword and board on the back bar. Don't run a sword and board on the back bar. It's pointless. Look, I'll show you. Sword and board on the back bar. All you get, right? None of this shit matters. None of these matter, right? What makes the difference is this skill here. Okay, the reduced damage to projectiles. This skill here, which is kind of pointless if you're running the skills that I'm running, so that's useless. And this one right here, look, reduces the cost of your block and the damage that you can block on here. So you get reduce the cost of block by 36% and the damage you can block by 20%. But right here, where is it? You get the exact same passives at the bottom from equipping a Frost Staff, right? So it's pointless. The only reason to run a sword and board is the ultimate, or because you want to get that stamina back on the back bar with the sword, right? But we have a 19k Stam. We're also running tripods. We're also a Magdk, so we get Stam back when we pop an ultimate. We do not need extra Stam. Okay, if you need that much more Stam on your Magdk, you may as well be a fucking tank. Okay, you don't need that much Stam. So for me, the sword and board is pointless. I love the Ice Staff for the fact I can run Ellie Drain on my back bar, and it frees up that I can run whatever I want on the front bar here. So that's why we're running an Ice Staff. It's also in defending. Again, not running sturdy because I don't want to run sturdy. If you want to run sturdy, that's fine. The other thing you will always see, and people jump on this like it's the best thing you've ever seen on a Magdk, stop running decisive on your back bar. It's not that good. You'll see all those PC players go, oh, I've got a decisive on the back bar because ult regen is disgusting. No, fuck those people, okay? Because you look at the build and they show you the pots and they're running heroism pots. Do you know how expensive heroism pots are? If people are going to your build video because they cannot afford or they don't know how to build their own Magdk, they're not going to have heroism pots, okay? They're ridiculously expensive. Don't run heroism pots. I could run them if I wanted to, but I don't want to. That's just dumb. I PvP way too much to be running around popping heroism pots. Don't do it. Decisive on the back bar is dumb. You can run steady if you have steady on the build, or you can run powered, but my healing is amazing on this build, so I've gone defending, okay? The other thing you'll have noticed is I have a weapon enchant on front bar and back bar. I know you can't proc them at the same time. The reason I'm doing that is so no matter what bar I'm on, if I need that extra spell damage for a fat heal, I can get it, okay? I like having access to that spell damage wherever I'm on front bar or back bar. You can run shock enchant here for that extra damage if you want to. You do not need it. Trust me, you do not need extra damage on this build. That's why I'm not running willpower. It's why I'm not running some other damn set or a shit ton of spell damage. You don't need it. The other thing you'll see out there on a Magdk is a disease enchant, which is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen. Run it in a duel. Run it if you go into a lot of 1v1s or a lot of 1v2s maybe. Then it's okay. But it doesn't buff your heals. It only applies to one target. It's just a dumb idea. Just don't do it. Stop running disease enchant on the front bar. It aids. You'll only ever see people do that on PC, or if they've copied another build and they don't actually know why they're running what they're running. I have gone weapon enchant on both bars for that extra boost to my heals. Now, charged on the front bar. Nothing new, but you need this on a Magdk. It's disgusting. Charged, for users that don't know, increases the chance to apply status effects, which means for us as Magdks, we have pretty much 100% uptime on the combustion passive, which means every second an enemy is burning. See that on the top corner, counting down from 8. See that? Every 1 second. Boom, boom. That is 500 magic back every 1 second. And it procs on multiple targets. See, they're both burning now. You get 500 magic back every 1 second. because of this, and because we're running the charged. Okay, run charged, don't run anything else. Run charged. Okay? Now, the reason I have picked endurance over willpower, over running 2 potentates and then a bunch of other sets like people do, the reason I have picked endurance over all those other 3-piece ways that you can run this is because healing sucks on a Magdk. Healing sucks this patch in general, but it especially sucks on a Magdk. So I have run endurance because it just gives you that extra little bit of comfort. You know, it's not that much on its own, but buffed up with your Cauterized running, with your claw on 1 or 2 targets, with your ult ready to pop, and you know all those things go off at once, you will realize, on top of the fact that we're ridiculously tanky on this build, that your healing is no problem at all. Okay? So that's why I picked endurance. It's the best one. I've tried them all. Look, I have the willpower. It's not good. It's not worth it for that little bit of extra damage. It's just not. I'll go into pots and food real quick. We run tripods all the time to keep that health recovery bonus up, just to also give us that stam recovery. But not that we need the stam, but it's just nice when it's there instead of running some other stupid pot like a heroism pot. Okay, we do have a move pots as well, but don't really pop these that much. And if I do run into some guy that is ridiculously tanky and I cannot kill, I pop a spell pot. But primarily, I'm always running tripods. Always run tripods. We're running... where is it? Bewitched Sugar Skulls. Again, the health recovery, tri-stat food. It's really easy to come by these days. I love this food. It's amazing. Okay. Now, before we do the CP, I'll just quickly show you front bar and back bar stats. Now, recovery is not a big problem on this build. I'll explain why in a minute, but we're just going to look at those resistances, okay? This is back bar stats. 28k, just shy of 29k spell resistance, okay? 26k physical resistance. These go up if you do a roll dodge, okay? 27k physical on the back bar, just for a second, but that second, if an uppercut off balance dizzy hits you in that 1 second that you just roll dodged, makes a difference. Okay, and the spell goes to 29 with the roll dodge. Oh shit, my bad. Goes to 29 with the roll dodge. Okay, that's back bar stats. Now front bar stats, it's 24 spell, 22 physical. I like mine being round about that mark. You can settle with 20. Okay, 20 is good. Personally, I like mine to be a little bit more. I find that I'm always fighting Stam. I beat the shit out of mags. I never have a problem with mags. But Stam, they like to focus me. You know, I usually play with a small group of friends in open world, and the Stams see me, and you know, my friends are kiting around rocks and whatnot and doing whatever they do. Me being the slow ass Magdk that I am, they love to focus me, so I like to just have that little bit of extra physical than you'd expect. Okay? We also have 2800 crit resistance. That's important for a lot of reasons. Again, not everybody's running Malacath, okay? Nightblades, Sorks, and a few out there, they're not running Malacath, so you still need a healthy amount of crit resistance on the build. That's not a surprise, it's just common sense, okay? I like mine sitting around 2800. So that's why I have that. Now, 36k max Magicka, 22k health. When I'm in PvP, it goes to 29, just over 29k. 19k stam. Okay, I love the amount of stamina that I have. It's amazing. That's all thanks to DarkElf. I could easily get this above 20k stam, but 19 for me is, I love it, okay? Mag recovery is only at 8800, just shy of 900, but that's going to go up, and we have a lot of income mag sustain. I'll explain that in a second. Now the health recovery, look at that health recovery. that goes up to 2k. Okay, it's amazing. That health recovery, stacked with the cauterize, stacked with the claw, stacked with if you know, just popped your pot or you just leaped. Oh my god, it's such a carry. Like, I tried the willpower, I dueled my friend, we had like a 15-second duel, he beat my ass. I put on the willpower, that 20-second duel, oh sorry, I tried the willpower, I got whooped in 15 seconds. Okay, I put on the endurance, and that 20-second duel, just from this alone, went to a 5-minute duel. I didn't do anything different. He just caught me with the fattest burst. I couldn't survive his darts. I was getting melted. He beat my ass. I put on the endurance. We had a 5-minute duel. This set, it's disgusting. It doesn't look like much. But when you stack it with the other things that you have on this build, combined with the fact that we're fat-ass tanky and can block as much as we like, you just do not die. Okay, race and Mundus stone. We are a DarkElf. DarkElf is superior to Breton, but Breton is a good choice. We are DarkElf because of the extra stamina that you get, the extra spell damage that you end up having, and the fact that you will shit on any other Magdk that you fight if you're a DarkElf. If you're a Breton, that's fine, it's a good choice, but DarkElf is better. We are running the Atronach Mundus stone for this build, and that's about it. Anyway, let's do the skills and the CP, because these are important as well. Engulfing Flames. A lot of people do not like this skill. Okay, this is a fantastic skill. First of all, it's a good dot. Like I said, dots are back in the game now. Dots are disgusting. Okay, this lasts 19 seconds because we're running the Grothdar. Not to mention the fact that it boosts your flame damage by 10%. Okay, we have a lot of flame damage. Not to mention the fact that this skill brings Nightblades out of stealth like crazy. Nightblades are a big problem for a lot of people this patch, okay? You can use volatile armor if you want to bring them out of stealth, but by the time you go to the front bar, they'll be gone. They'll pop cloak again and they'll be out of here, okay? The amount of times I have perma-spammed this skill until a Nightblade has just ran out of mag, or he's forgot to put his shade down, or he can no longer shade to where his shade is, and then he's ran out of mag, and then you just beat his ass. I can't count how many times I've done that. This skill is amazing. Okay, if you struggle landing this skill, then just you're not using it right. Time the skill. Okay, breath after you've clawed, after you fossilized somebody. Breath once you put them in the talons, because you know they're gonna roll dodge. Okay, once you land your fat ass leap and they're flying through the sky. Okay, time your breath. If you complain about the hitbox for this skill, then time it a little bit better. Okay, if you're fighting a Zerg, you're not going to miss a breath on a Zerg, alright? So, there's no reason not to run this skill. I know a lot of other builds out there don't run it. Those people are stupid. Run the skill, it's amazing. Fossilize. Best stun in the game. You have to run this if you're on a Magdk. It's fucking incredible. Burning Talons. It's one of our biggest heals. It's also a fat dot that runs 19 seconds with Elfbane. It's fantastic. Flamelash. Okay. Because of this build, this morph is superior to the other one. Okay, you're gonna get a bunch of little crybabies. Oh, baby, the other one gives you spell damage. Fuck off. Fuck off. Okay? This morph is superior. Alright, look at that healing that you get. You get the PowerLash every 4 seconds. If you know how to play the build and you play it right, you get that fat ass 9k unbuffed tooltip every 4 seconds on top of the base damage and the fat heal at the bottom. Alright, every 4 seconds. Run the other morph if you want to, right? But you're going to be spamming this, you're going to be spamming these. Your mag's gonna die. You can't do that against a Zerg. You're gonna do it against one opponent. That's it. Flamelash is better. Fuck off if you run Molten Whip. If you do run it, good for you. You're probably just gonna be some little duelist that sits in Alakir Desert, whatever. Right? Elfbane and Talons, one of the best dots in the game. It immobilizes people. Procs your PowerLash. Okay, this also procs the PowerLash on top of the fact Fossilize procs your PowerLash, right? Not to mention, it's one of the fattest dots in the game when you buff it up. Okay, it's a ridiculous dot. People hate it. It's also a little bit buggy and stops people being able to use their skills if you run behind them. It's a ridiculous skill. If you're running Elfbane, run this skill. Hell, I know people say don't run Talons if you're not running Elfbane. It's not worth it. Just for the fact that it procs your PowerLash, just for the fact that it snares them still and most people panic and they roll dodge because they don't want to stand in all your damage, just for those alone, even without Elfbane, this skill is worth it. I used to run this on my Magdk, my dueling Magdk, without Elfbane, and everybody hated me. Nobody could beat it. It was disgusting. Then I swapped over to Elfbane for the uptime on the Grothdar, and I still run Talons. Okay? It's an amazing skill. Ferocious Leap. Okay? It's dog shit. It doesn't do that much damage, but you get the shield at the end. It stuns, you know, a bunch of enemies. It's not the greatest ultimate in the world, okay? You're not going to get 19, 16k leaps like you see some Stam DKs doing, okay? But it's what we got, alright? It's okay. Volatile armor, it's the resistance buff. You get mag back when you use this. It's also a pretty nice dot. You know, we're a dot build. We have a lot in dots. It's decent. Dog shit heal. Absolutely terrible, but we have to run it. But you stack it on top of the other healing we have. It's not bad. Okay, I've got some pretty good crit heals with this, but I've also got some pretty shitty heals with this. I've tested this with a buddy of mine. I was at like 4k health. I proc my weapon enchant, pop this heal. I got a 4k heal. Okay, with 4k health left, this is supposed to heal you harder the closer you are to death, okay? I was at 4k health. I have 30k health, just under 30k health in a duel. This procced for 4k without critting, okay? But if this skill crits when it wants to, it will fucking heal your ass. I've got over a 10k crit heal on this skill, but you can't rely on crit heals, okay? That's why we've got the endurance. That's why we've got the cauterize. That's why we've got the claw. That's why we're a fat ass guy in heavy armor with, fucking ridiculous resistances. Race against time. This is your flex spot. Personally, it's better than Wings. I know people are gonna cry. Wings is amazing. It is amazing. It really is an amazing skill. If you fight a lot of Sorks, Wings will carry your ass to victory. But for me, for my build, I play with a small group of friends in my guild, small scale PvP, just us, we don't run around zerging people. I get left behind. They're all stamina. I'm the only mag in the group. That means they're running around like hell, they're kiting around stuff, they're fast. I get left behind, I'm the one in the dust, they're 20 miles over there, and then I'm stuck back here, and then I get zerged down by like fucking 20 blues or 20 yellows, whatever the hell I'm fighting. I get zerged down, I get left behind, okay? So I run Race Against Time. It's a snare removal. It allows me to keep up with my buddies. I don't need that damage reduction from the Wings. I really don't. This skill's amazing, but if you want to run Wings, run Wings. Don't change another skill, okay? Run this or you run Wings. Cauterize. It's a disgusting little buddy. He's like my best friend, I've got like I said, a 4k heal from this in execute. And times where I'm about to die and I'm perma-spamming it, trigger fingering my ass off, just trying to heal up, and it's doing nothing. The dots that are on me are just melting through that heal, and my health's not going anywhere. It's just staying where it is. And then this little buddy flies in out of nowhere and he fucking crit heals me for like 10k. Suddenly I can roll dodge and I'm back at it, you know. This guy, if you're on Magdk, you need this guy. He's the best. Okay. Last skill, Eldraine. Like I said, I run this because Sword and Board is ass. There is no point in running Sword and Board. If you run Sword and Board, good for you. Take off Breath. Put Eldraine on your front bar, right? But I get Breath. I get that extra damage that you won't get. Right? And I'll beat your ass. If you're a Magdk, I will beat your ass. I have never lost to a Magdk on this build. Never. This will be a better setup than those Magdks out there. Right? If you're fighting a Sword and Board Magdk and you know he's got the Sword and Board, he's got the Fire Staff on the front bar, and he applies Eldraine to you, I immediately know I've won that fight. I don't give a shit what he is running. I know that I've won that fight because I know he's not running Breath. The fight starts, I Eldraine him, he Eldraines me, I run in, I Breath his ass, I dot him up, I fossilize him, and then immediately I know that I've won the fight. Okay, he's going to get up, he's going to stun me, it's his turn, he's going to do fuck all damage. He's going to apply this, he's probably going to put Talons on, he's going to try and whip me, and it's going to be noodle damage, and I'm just going to dot his ass down. Okay, Ice Staff on the back bar is a hard ass carry on a Magdk. If you haven't tried it, try it. If you've tried it and don't like it, go to Sword and Board then. It's up to you, but you're gonna have shit dick damage. Okay? Go to those other builds on YouTube where their damage is absolute dog shit, but they can perma spam heals and block. Good for you. Okay? Temporal Guard. I love the skill. You can run Magma Shell, you can run Shifting Standard if you want to, if you're a Zergling, whatever. I prefer this, again, because I play small scale with my friends. It's fantastic. CP. There's a lot of preference in CP, but this is how I run mine. 1 into Siphoner. 6 into Sprinter. This is because I run Race Against Time. So a bit of sprinting to keep up with my friends. 56 Warlord. 75 Arcanist. 51 Tumbling. 81 Shadow Ward. Now these you can change. These are definitely preference. However, if you're running this build, you're not running the Sturdy, that means you need your block reduction in the CP. And you might think, well, I may as well run Sturdy and just put these points wherever I want to. Okay, where are you going to put these points? You put them in health recovery, get that tiny bit of extra healing, put them in here, get some Stam recovery when you have 19k Stam and run tripods. Pointless, okay? There's no need. Just run the Impen, be flexible with your CP, and you're so much better off. There is no need to be running 6 Sturdy, 4 Sturdy, and then flex these points out to wherever you want. It's so much better this way, okay? But I do have a lot into my block because I'm not running Sturdy. Again, I'm running the Ice Staff, so the blocking is there. I'm also running a lot into my roll dodges. Like I said, I love to run a lot into roll dodge because when I'm in trouble, I roll dodge, get those extra resistances, and I'm out. You know, I'm fast as hell. I'm tanky, I'm fast as hell, I'm out. $32 into Blessed. Healing is dog shit this patch. It's especially dog shit on a Magdk. Okay, everybody knows that Magdk has the worst burst heal out of all of the mag classes. It's not a secret. Okay, so we have 8% into Blessed. 49 Elemental Expert. 50 into Spell Erosion. Okay, we're in heavy armor. We don't have a lot of pen, so this is where it comes from. 73 Master at Arms. 66 Thaumaturge. Right, you can put 75 here and get the Exploder passive, but I ran it, I tried it for so long. It's good in duels, okay? It's good, even if this didn't proc with it, which it does, but a lot of people complain and say it doesn't. It does, first of all, but even if it doesn't, having that extra boost to your dots on a dot build is so worth it this patch, because healing is so bad. Okay, but personally I've found now that just having the 66 here is enough, and then whatever is left over you put into the spell erosion, or you put them into the blast for those extra heals. 66 ironclad, this is enough. You can run 81 into here if you want to, it's not needed. 21 into resistant, again I like my crit resistance to be at 2800 minimum, so just a few points in there to get that where I want it. 48 thick skinned, 43 hardy and defender, 37 quick recovery, again healing is shit, you need these here, and 12 into heavy armor focus. Now if you want to change your points around, if you think that your resistances are enough, or there's a CP that you're not comfortable with, if you want more points somewhere else, you can take them out of this and you can take some out of this. Okay, not many people are running dot builds, even though dots are amazing. People are still running those high bursty, you know, dizzy spammable kind of Stam builds, and all the mags have their own kind of burst anyway. They're not really dots other than Magdk, right? So you take the points out of this, you take them out the heavy armor focus, and then you change them around. Leave your quick recovery where it is, leave your blessed where it is, and take your points out of other things like spell erosion here if you want to, if you want more into this, but leave your healing CP where it is, okay? And that's it. That's the CP. And that's it, guys. That is my 1vx or open world PvP build for my Magdk on the Greymore patch. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's long, but it was worth it. Yeah, bye bye.